Hello guys, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lois. Today we are going to talk about the importance of using containers as our planters. Most of you have expressed concerns as to why we have chosen, and by we I mean Sarah and I, have chosen to plant things like fruit trees in containers instead of planting them in the ground. So today I want to tackle that particular topic so that we can quench your curiosity. I don't know what that is, but I hope we can give you that answer through this video. First of all, we have talked about one of the greatest challenges that urban farmers face, which is either lack or a shortage of space to plant anything. Okay, and because we're trying to promote and encourage urban farming, we have to demonstrate to you that it is possible to utilize these spaces that are available to us as long as we use them strategically. Being an urban farmer, since this is the greatest challenge that we are facing, we need to be very careful, and that of course involves our planning on how to utilize our spaces. The other thing is, in the urban settings, most of the times we find ourselves renting and not owning these properties. And depending on how your landlord is, I have known landlords who don't like plants at all. They're like allergic to being around plants. I think it is something to do with the mindset as well. Some people think having pavers is being modern and being classy. Uh, you know, I'm not going to venture into that. Why certain landlords are like that. But plants are beautiful. They're things that bring life to the compound or the house. So if you're a landlord out there, please try to be flexible. Even if you don't like plants, it is something that you can experiment on and see. You never know. They may grow on you. So there are a number of advantages we have talked about of having plants around us, which are not going to tackle today. Today we are talking about container gardening in particular. But yes, if you're a landlord out there, why not have plants in your compound? Why not spare a particular spot and plant a tree? Yeah. Anyway, we are speaking about people who are renting. So most of the times you encounter landlords who do not entertain having these things around them. So they're not going to permit you to utilize a certain space on the ground to plant anything else than what it has, maybe grass normally. Um, or maybe pavers, he's not going to permit you to dig out or put up your raised bed somewhere. So all of these things depend on the landlord for those who are renting. And that is where container gardening comes in very handy. So yes, Sarah and I, our first mission, regardless of your situation, as long as you are in the urban setting, our first mission is to promote and encourage urban farming through demonstration. So when you see us planting fruit trees in these containers, one of the major reasons is to show you that it is possible to do these things. There are many people who think a fruit tree cannot do well in a container, but we have had a lot of fruit trees that have given us fruits while in containers. For example, guava. I think I made a video the other day already showing you while I was eating. So it is very possible. Also, in my earlier videos, I showed you, I think, apples, mango as well. And so it is possible to grow fruit trees in containers. They may not give you as many fruits as they would while in the ground, but they still give you something, and that is worth everything being in the urban setting that you'd otherwise not have. So that is one of the major reasons as to why we do the things, to show you that it is possible. So number two, this is to help those who are renting the premises. Like I said, landlords differ in their liking of plants. Some of them might like, but they don't want to destroy their property. So your option might only be containers or other options, which we are not going to talk about today. So for those who are renting, it might be very hard for you to plant anywhere you're not allowed to. But if you have these containers, they will make it possible for you to grow whatever you want to grow. And this also comes in handy when you are ready to shift. It is possible to move your plant from one place to another if you are planting in containers. For example, if I had these plants here, then I'm just going to park them in a truck or my car and just move. So containers give you that flexibility, gives you that, that freedom to move with your plants wherever you want to take them. So that is number three. Okay, first, set it in your mind that it is possible. Secondly, if you're renting, don't limit yourself with what the landlord says, like, oh, I don't want these. You can still use containers if you're not allowed to utilize any spaces or on ground. Then thirdly, know that to make it possible for you to move with them wherever you decide to shift to. So that is why containers are very important. Yeah. So number four, many of us have dreams of buying our own land. Yeah. Be it in the countryside or even in the urban setting, we have the dream of getting our own land eventually. Yeah. But are you going to wait until you buy land to start up your plans? Many people wait until then, until they buy the land, then they plan where they're going to plant this, that. That is when they do it. Yeah. But if you have that vision of buying your own plot of land in the near future, even far future, you can start up your seedlings and grow your plants ready for that day. Like I said, growing things in containers makes it easy for you to move them wherever you want to take them. For example, here I have guava trees that are now giving fruits. So if I buy a piece of land somewhere in the near future, or even whatever you get, or even want to take it to Soroti or the village, wherever I want to take them to, I can just get them and I won't have to wait. Remember, these fruit trees normally take about 5 years to start fruiting. So, if you start early in your containers and you have that vision of buying your plot of land in the near future, they're not going to die. So by the time you buy your piece of land, and you're ready to plant something there, you can just carry this one that are already fruiting. Instead of waiting until you buy the piece of land and then you plant and wait another 5 years to start seeing fruits, you can already start by enjoying your fruits in container. Grow them, spend the time with them, and take them when you are ready and continue enjoying even more from your plants. Container gardening helps you to plant those trees or plants in general, but you'd want to take eventually to your piece of land so that you don't have to wait years and years again for them to start fruiting, because already could be mature and ready by the time you take, or almost ready by the time you take them there. That is another beauty of growing our plants in containers. For example, I have plants that I intend to take to Soroti and other places, and I don't have to wait 4 years for them to fruit anymore, because I've already been with them for that long in containers. So I'm just going to ferry them and put them there. They continue uh, giving, and that is very beautiful. Mm? So start your plants, start your seedlings and plants in containers, and take them whenever you're ready with that plot of land. Container gardening also helps you to start up your seedlings in one particular, container, and then you can carry them and go transplant wherever you are. Sometimes, uh, for example, myself, most times I'm not in the east, I'm not in Soroti. So, and I know that I need some seedlings in a Soroti, seedlings of this, seedlings of that. But because I know that I'm not going to spend a long period in Soroti when I go, so I start up my seedlings from Kampala, and you can grow as many seedlings as possible in one container, depending on the size, of course. And then you can just carry and continue, because growing seedlings needs your attention and needs your presence, your attention. So you cannot leave it in the hands of somebody else. That is why most of the times I grow them here, just put them in the car and take them over. And by the time I reach there, I just have to do the transplanting. And yeah, so the days that I'm there, they're thriving. And by the time I'm coming, they're already good. And I just keep checking on them every time I go there. So you can start up your seedlings from Kampala or wherever you are and take them wherever you want them. So that is the beauty of planting in containers. It makes that possible. I am going to show you some of the things that I've planted, and we'll eventually take to Soroti. The seedlings that I've prepared, you grow numerous ones. And remember, if I did the transplanting, especially of trees, if I did the transplanting in Kampala here, then there can be so many. For example, the palms. This I have put here, the cane palm. This is one, right? But if I had a container with numerous seedlings that I need to transplant in individual small containers like these, maybe in Soroti or polythene bags, if I did them here in Kampala, it would be very hectic, or even they'll be very bulky, very many, yeah, to transport them all at once. But if I have a heap of those seedlings in one container, then I can just carry that container and do the transplanting there. The days I am there, they'll be well taken care of, and of course thrive even in my absence. The other advantage of container gardening is makes it possible for us to utilize the vertical space. Like I said again at the beginning, our greatest challenge in the urban setting is shortage of space. So most times we are forced to use the vertical spacings, yeah, and containers make that possible. So you can have this, and you make just some shelves even on the wall, yeah, and then you can put them, line them up there. So you're utilizing the vertical space using containers. So that is another advantage of container gardening, makes that possible, usage of the vertical spacings. Lastly, we are going to talk about the beauty. Guys, it is just beautiful to have these containers around, especially if you know how to decorate them. I have house plants. Maybe one time I'm going to make a video of the house plants that I have. I have house plants and containers again, guys. That is one of the advantages. Again, like I said, there are numerous advantages of container gardening. Containers also make it possible for you to have your plants in the house or your balconies where you cannot uh, grow on ground. Yeah, so these are all advantages of container gardening. You are able to have your plants in the house, on the balconies, etc., spaces where you cannot plant on ground. And yes, they are beautiful, right? So that is again one of the advantages of uh, having container garden. There are a number of advantages if we are to go in details, but that is all that I need to handle today. If you have any questions, of course, you are very welcome to ask. If you have any addition, you are also welcome to add in the comment section. It means a lot to me if you engage with me. It is a learning process for all of us, and I like for us to grow together. So don't hesitate to leave me those comments coming in, any subtraction, any addition, any ideas, discussing the challenges that you are experiencing with your space. You need any advice, anything, okay? We are here to help each other, and our major goal is to have at least everyone starting out their own urban gardens. If you have even a container like this of a palm growing, I'll be very happy. But you are welcome to tell me those challenges that you're experiencing so that we can see on ways to make them easier. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I appreciate you a lot. We are all about urban farming, but every now and then we venture into other things. So if you are new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, even those who have been with me and haven't yet, please make sure to subscribe, especially if this is kind of content that interests you. So if you had a plant like this, for example, you can easily carry it to places like Soroti, etc., wherever you want to take them, by just carrying the container and putting in the car. Of course, this one you can cut it from the ground level. They will sprout again. That's not a problem. So look at this particular container. I have numerous plants growing, seedlings of this particular plant, and I'm going to take them over to Soroti and transplant from there. If I did the transplanting, like I said, from here, then I'm going to have lots and lots of plants, which may be difficult to carry. So containers make it possible for you to do things like this, and then you can fill them wherever you want to take them. And again, this is something that I wouldn't have been able to do in Soroti, because then I don't take care of them if I'm away. But if I grow them here, I am able to take good care of them, nurture them until they're ready for transplanting. So now when I take these, I'll do the transplanting from there, and the plants will thrive. And from these, I'm going to have over 50, I think, from it. And I have so many of them. There is also this one. There's also the other ones. Guys, I'm going to have like hundreds of plants from these seedlings. There's also this content. There are two of these here as well. Now imagine if I was to transplant all of these, if I were to transplant all of these things from here, it would be nearly impossible to carry them safely to Soroti because of this. First of all, there will be so many, and then also, yeah, also look at these palms. There are so many ceilings here, so many. So this I'm also going to carry to Soroti. Remember guys, we are starting at our garden center in Soroti. So I'm going to ferry this to Soroti in this one container, you know. So this also makes it possible for me to carry as many plants as possible back in Soroti without so much hassle of a number of or numerous plants in my hands. Okay, so container gardening definitely is the way to go for our us urban farmers and for those who want to do things like us. Like I said, spaces where you cannot dig to put them on ground, you can still use containers. Like here, it's concrete, so it's impossible for us to dig here. Yeah, but still with containers, you are able to plant on top of it. Yeah, so this is one of the advantages that we talked about. Let's check on our onions. Hmm, yeah, I started sprouting again. Growing your fruit trees in containers. Uh, yeah, I need to eat this one also. So these are growing in containers. Yeah, I have soursop. And this, if I am to eventually take to a particular plot of land and plant in the ground, it's not going to take me 4 to 5 years again to start fruiting because they've already been with me forever. So if I put them in the ground, they're going to start giving me fruits almost instantly because they are already doing so, especially the custard apple. Where are you? Yeah, the custard apple flowered, but yeah, we lost those flowers for this season, which is okay. But if you have all of these trees growing in containers, those of you who are planning to buy pieces of land, yeah, then you can just take them when you've done so and have your instant trees in your compound, instant green. So look at all these containers, guys. If it weren't for containers, then I wouldn't be able to have all of this in this particular spot. That is all I have for you today. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye bye. Have a lovely weekend.